So, I watched a movie called Exists, which takes place inside of a cabin, and I watched that movie inside of a cabin, and am now reviewing it inside of a cabin. Whoa. So, Exists comes from Blair Witch director Eduardo Sanchez. It's about a group of teens that go out into a cabin for a vacation, and on the way, they hit something. And it turns out this something is very, very mad about this event. And for the rest of the movie, they're terrorized by this mysterious creature known as Bigfoot. Young adults are trying to survive against this Bigfoot, and they don't know why it's so mad at them, and it just keeps coming after them and after them and after them. And it's found footage, and I think it's one of the best found footage movies there are. And the fact that it's directed by one of the directors from the Blair Witch Project, it's clear that they know how to use that medium because it was done very well in Blair Witch Project. And in my opinion, this movie does it better because the great thing about this movie is it gets right into the action. Like, no kidding, you get Bigfoot stuff within 10 minutes of the movie. There's no like 30 or 40-minute build up where it's just characters talking and goofing off. But Exists just hits you right off the bat. And I absolutely love this movie. This movie is one of my favorite horror movies, and it's the best Bigfoot movie in my opinion. Seriously, it has everything that you could want. It has a lot of really great pacing, and I love how it goes the Jaws route, where it doesn't show the creature a lot. It's either out of focus or in shadow, and then of course you get the money shot at near the very end. And the characters, they're all fairly likable. You feel for them, and all their reactions are fairly genuine. I think the actors are all very charismatic and play their characters very well. I mean, you're not getting A-list performances, but they're probably the best you could ever hope for in a Bigfoot or found footage movie. Really, and a lot of the characters have funny lines and have, like I said, genuine reactions to this situation that a lot of people would consider ridiculous. It makes it feel very real and grounded, and you get the sense that these people have all been friends for a very, very long time. Another thing this movie does extremely well is it makes you understand where Bigfoot is coming from. A sentence I thought I would never say. Yeah, you kind of understand the creature's motivations in a way once you start figuring out why it's coming after them. It walks a tricky line where if you watch it a certain way, you could almost be like on the Bigfoot side. But you kind of flip-flop because you like the characters so much, so you don't want some of them to die. And I tell you what, watching it inside of a cabin makes it even more terrifying. It's quite good, it's quite effective, and it's clear that Sanchez really has a love for the Bigfoot lore and for the Patterson film and Boggy Creek. This has a couple of scenes now that, having watched Boggy Creek fairly recently, it has a couple of scenes that pay tribute to that movie, and while this absolutely surpasses Boggy Creek and will age much better than that film has, in fact, the creature effects are probably the best Bigfoot creature effects ever. Like, you get a couple of shots where the creature is up close, and it's absolutely believable. It looks like a living, breathing creature, and they do a great job of using barely any CG. There's no CG on the creature whatsoever, and it's extremely scary, but it has a very real element to it. So I would absolutely recommend this to anybody that is interested in the Bigfoot genre, because like Jaws, there's only a couple of really good shark movies. There's only a handful of them. And Bigfoot is probably even scarcer in that situation, where there's not a whole lot of really good Bigfoot movies. For a while, all people had was Boggy Creek, and even that wasn't particularly done very well. Yeah, there's a lot of love there, but it's not a great movie by any means. But this is about as good as a Bigfoot movie as I think we're ever going to get. I think it's one of the best creature feature films in the found footage genre. What's your favorite movie that takes place inside of a cabin? Do you have a favorite Sasquatch film? Comment below, let me know, and as always, thanks for watching. Bye.